The day you stopped running. It was 7:12 a.m. Rain tapped softly against the window of a small apartment in Seattle. Not heavy rain. Just enough to make the city feel quiet, reflective. Lucas Reed sat on the edge of his bed, staring at his running shoes. They were clean. Too clean. He had bought them 6 months ago with excitement in his chest and promises in his head. This time, I'll stick to it. He always said that. The alarm buzzed again. And right on time, the voice arrived. You don't have to run today. It's raining. You can start tomorrow. The voice sounded calm. Reasonable. Almost caring. That's what made it dangerous. Lucas was 31 years old. The kind of guy people described as full of potential. A phrase that sounded nice, but secretly hurt. Because potential means unfinished. Lucas wasn't lazy. He wasn't careless. He was tired. Tired of starting things with hope and ending them with silence. His life followed a familiar pattern. A new goal would spark excitement. He'd plan everything perfectly. A new gym membership. An online course. A side business idea. And then, a bad day would come. One missed workout. One mistake. One moment of doubt. And the voice would whisper. See? This is how it always ends. So Lucas would stop. Not loudly. Not dramatically. He would just disappear from his own plans. Psychology has a word for this. Self-protection. The brain learns that disappointment hurts. So it avoids it. Quitting early feels safer than failing later. Lucas didn't quit because he was weak. He quit because his mind wanted to protect him. This habit didn't start in adulthood. It started years ago. High school. Track field. Lucas wasn't the fastest runner, but he was close. Fast enough to believe. At regionals, he pushed harder than ever. Ignored the pain. Ignored his breath. Halfway through the race. A sharp pull in his leg. He slowed. Then limped. Finished last. The coach came over later and said quietly. You're talented. But you don't know when to stop. Lucas nodded. But his brain translated it differently. You don't know what you're doing. That moment stayed. From then on, Lucas ran, but carefully. Never fully. Not on the track. Not in life. He learned a rule without realizing it. Don't give your all. That way, it won't hurt as much if you lose. And that rule followed him into adulthood. Back in his Seattle apartment, rain still falling, shoes still untouched, Lucas felt something heavy. Not sadness. Exhaustion. He whispered to the empty room. I'm tired of avoiding my own life. The sentence scared him. But it felt true. Later that day, Lucas went outside. No plan. No destination. Just walking. The city smelled like wet pavement and coffee. He passed a small park. A group of people were running. Different ages. Different bodies. Different speeds. One runner caught his attention. An older man. Gray hair. Slow pace. Steady breathing. Not impressive. But consistent. The man finished his lap, stretched, and smiled. No crowd. No applause. Just satisfaction. The man noticed Lucas watching. You run? Lucas hesitated. I used to. The man nodded like he understood. Most people don't stop because it's hard. They stop because they expect too much, too fast. Then he jogged away. Lucas stood there. That sentence echoed. That night, Lucas searched something he'd never searched before. Why do I quit when things get uncomfortable? He didn't look for motivation. He looked for understanding. Psychology explained it clearly. The brain avoids emotional pain the same way it avoids physical pain. Quitting gives short-term relief, but long-term regret. Lucas realized something uncomfortable. He wasn't scared of effort. He was scared of disappointing himself again. So he stopped before the disappointment arrived. The next morning, Lucas laced up his shoes. The voice immediately reacted. You don't need to do this. You'll quit again anyway. Lucas didn't argue. He didn't hype himself up. He just said, I'm running 1 block. The voice laughed. That won't matter. Lucas replied calmly. It matters to me. He ran 1 block. Then stopped. Breathing hard. Legs shaky. No guilt. No pressure. Just honesty. The next day, he did it again. Some days were light. Some days felt heavy. Some days he wanted to stop. But he made a new rule. I don't quit on bad days. I rest, but I don't disappear. That rule changed everything. Weeks passed. Lucas didn't suddenly become disciplined. He became consistent. And something unexpected happened. The voice softened. Not gone. Just quieter. Because the brain updates itself through evidence. And Lucas was giving it new proof. One rainy morning, just like the first, Lucas finished a short run in the same park. Breathing hard. Heart racing. Smiling. The voice tried one last time. You're still not impressive. Lucas laughed softly. I'm consistent. That's better. And that was the moment Lucas understood something powerful. You don't need to run faster. You need to stop running away. Maybe this story isn't about running. Maybe it's about the thing you keep postponing. The thing you almost start. The thing you walk away from the moment it feels uncomfortable. And maybe today, you don't need a breakthrough. You don't need motivation. You just need 1 block.